Greetings, Yellow Nation. We're back once again with the latest installment of the Yellow Corner. For those who are watching for the first time, my name is Thabiso Motloung, known to many as Aizo. And joining me is my younger brother, Rapelang Kagiso Motloung, known to many as the nickname I am going to finish tomorrow if I was to mention all your nicknames. But yeah, on Twitter, it's 0junior12 or 0junior_12. Omar?
Yebo, 0JR_12.
Or 0JR_12. Yeah, man. This is the Yellow Corner, brought to you by Masandawana Fan Vlog on YouTube, and on Twitter we are MSFC Fan Vlog. On Instagram, Masandawana Fan Vlog. Do give us a follow. But most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and comment, and yeah, tell everyone you know about Masandawana Fan Vlog. How are you, Raps?
I'm not when I
No, top Togozile, in fact, top Togozile. Because yeah, games are coming in thick and fast now, but yeah, that's all. That's how we like it, actually, again.
Yeah, no, club football is back. I had to get international week, so I did your fat.
I'm gonna against the Jay-Z A1, ne? Maraya, how many China? Hey, China, Kare, kya small.
Maybe because of light a brighter hole, so hence when you are shining.
Charara.
It's a little gratis Sundowns. Sanka Kaloka Jizia Chara. I don't know
Yeah, man. We bring you the preview of our second leg Champions League game against Maniema Union from the Democratic Republic of Congo, a team that we faced in the previous weekend and drew 2-2 against them. So this Sunday they're coming to the Slaughterhouse Loftus. Raps, we both watched the game. You saw, I think when you saw it better because now my sight is terrible, even though I wear spectacles. But yeah, the picture quality wasn't the best, you know. So were you impressed by what you saw from them in the first leg?
Look, Lena, be obviously picture for Tunisia sharp, and we couldn't watch the game from the start because of linking LCU. So we had to rely to Majida Twitter after link the game. But I won't say I was impressed, but they looked like a decent team, and also they scored 2 goals home. So it tells you about what kind of team they are. But I'm not impressed. I'm looking forward to see them playing the second leg, and we'll be having an advantage or opportunity to see them clearly, unlike in the previous game where the picture quality was very poor.
So are they one of those teams? If they were to knock us out on Sunday, we have every right to say the coaches must go.
Aye. Whoa, in the I got to. No,
man, it's all banter, man. It's all banter, man. We love our coaches, man. Yeah, but I think it's one of those games we go into thinking more at the scoreline and the performance. Like you don't really worry. They knock us out, you know. But yeah, man, yeah. They considered 2 goals away from home. How bad is that for them?
I think their situation, it is almost similar like the one of Golden Arrows in the M10 semi-final where they considered an away goal, but AS Maniema considered 2 goals. So already we have an advantage coming up to the second leg. Bona, they have to approach the game differently because of they need to get a goal. It is a must for them to get the goal if they want to progress to the next stage of the CAF Champions League.
Yeah. Touching on how much they need to get a goal, man. They are a goal scoring team, man. In the last 5 matches, four being the league matches and one being the game that they played against us, they have scored 8 goals. So they are in, I think, this season, every game, they've scored a goal. So they are a goal scoring team, whether it comes by luck or what, but they do score goals. Is that a worry for you?
Look, one could say it is a worry, but one would say it is not. But because of, look, we played Golden Arrows that scored almost each and every game in the league. But against them in the previous game, we managed to keep a clean sheet. But I think they create goal scoring chances and they get those goals. And I think they add a lot of numbers in the final third because of the more you create goal scoring opportunities, it is more you're gonna get the goals.
Mm-hmm. Do you read much into them finishing second in the DRC Premier League last season behind Mazembe? They finished 3 points behind Mazembe. Mazembe got 69 points, and I think they got 66. Do you read much into that, or you think the league on that side is not might not be as competitive as our league?
But as much as the leagues are not similar in terms of the competition, but finishing second already tells the story about what kind of team they are. And also finishing 3 points behind TP Mazembe, that is still one of the top sides in the African continent. So it shows us they're a team that wants to win, they're a team that challenges for silverware, and they and also banana coach so maybe but two when it comes to challenging in terms of the silverware.
Ke batla re ba trape batho ba leng vetho ke batla re ba shape batho wa tswa rapelang ne apart from ba shapa ne ba tswa ke batla re ba punish ka possession ba wa bona Loftus go jwa re ba tlatse ground re ba mathise pitching ele ya Loftus mfana gore going into half time be ba kgathetse mfana o kila bona go kgathale o tshware mangweng. That's what I want to see on Sunday. Yeah, they currently fourth on their league this season. They've played 4 games with 7 points, and I think they are a decent side. I think if they were more PSL, they might be one of the teams the top 8. Do I think do I read much into them finishing second? Do I read much into them scoring goals every game? Not really, man. I think they're facing a different beast. They're facing one of the top teams in the African continent, man. Even though they think we're not strong, but they're facing a really strong team. Because I struggled with watching the game, I decided to look at other aspects. And one thing that I picked up, they get men behind the ball. They try to protect themselves as much as they can and shield their goal as much as they can. But with that said, it doesn't necessarily mean they are a good side. They know how to defend. Because it's you can have a lot of men behind the ball, but when you have facing a great team like Sundowns, they will open you up whether you like it or not. Case in point, you look at the second goal that we scored. They had a lot of players behind the ball, but 2 players actually were able to open them up easily, and we scored a goal. So I believe that we'll do more of that at home, playing in a very comfortable pitch, in a good pitch compared to that AstroTurf nonsense that we played on. So the pitch I think the pitch will suit us, and our flow will be better, because on Sunday, we couldn't necessarily string enough passes. We couldn't generate much. So, yeah, I don't think they're a team that's capable of beating Sundowns. Ne? But here's another thing that I think we need to be careful of. This is a window for these guys to sell themselves to clubs in the PSL. You know how highly rated and regarded our league is throughout the continent. Ne? So this is a chance for them to say, you know what, I want to make a better living for me and my family. And if I come to South Africa, I'll play in a much more professional league and maybe get a chance to go overseas, So I don't know what you think about that, but I think we need to be careful. We shouldn't take them for granted because, Munna Hala Pilemfet he will push mountains, man, to get what he wants. So, yeah, especially that number 9 of theirs, I think it's one player that we should be careful of.
Look, they'll come into this game trying to work as hard as they can so that they know they get better offers from various teams. And also, like you said, South African League is one of the top leagues in Africa. And also, as a country, we are one of the developed countries. So they know that once I play very well, I get a contract in South Africa, I might come here and live a decent life. So they would come into this game looking to sell themselves into the South African League or another parts of the world. But we should be aware of that. And it happened in various CAF Champions League seasons where Bernard Morrison joined Orlando Pirates, where we signed Bo Bangali, Bo Zagri. Yeah, so ntho tse jalo di tla lo etsala. So le bona they know gore ha ba fitla South Africa, they have to try by all means to impress whoever will be watching the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, moving to our club, Sundowns. Coach Rulani was quite annoyed by the journalists at the end of the game by what they were saying, our team, that this is not the Sundowns that they used to, or they know it's not as strong Sundowns as the ones that they know, And he said, no, we'll see when they come to Joburg. I think he referenced Joburg because Kiona is more popular than Pretoria. Do you think the coaches are going to use this as motivation to the players to say, gents, they disrespected us? You need to send a message, and a loud one at that, so that they go back home and they tell everyone about Sundowns and say, hey, yeah, no, it's that Sundowns that it's still that strong Sundowns of the past.
The message that we are going to send this team, it should not only go to them directly, but it should go to the other teams that we are going to face when we progress to the next stages of CAF Champions League. But I think the coaches will sit down and tell the guys, say, guys, this journalists, they tried to disrespect us, and how they spoke about Mamelodi Sundowns was not good at all. So let's get the business done inside the pitch and win the game.
Mm-hmm. Going into this game, we seem to have, okay, if I say an issue, it might be a bit of an exaggeration. But the center backs are one by one. It was first Mosa, then it was Grant and Roshin, and we started the season without Mendo. And I think it was Coach Rulani. I can't remember where I was listening to him. He mentioned Grant, and I noticed I hadn't seen Grant in the pictures that they normally post on social media. He might be out. Let's say he's out, but Mendo is back. And now, how do you think that will affect us? Not necessarily just with this game, but going forward, because I think Grant had cemented his place in the lineup.
Look, Grant has played well game to making so far, and he impressed a lot of fans, and I think he impressed the technical team as well. And having him out of the starting lineup, I think it kills or it affects the relationship between the center backs and the goalkeeper as well. But as Mamelodi Sundowns, we know we have enough quality. We still have, like you have mentioned, we still have Rivaldo Kuti, and we still have Mandela, who came on and played against Golden Arrows. And I think he really played very well for a guy who didn't play much games in the start of the season.
True, man. Speaking of Mandela, I was watching the guys review game ya rona le Arrows, ne? And they spoke about Mandela and how every time he's been given a chance, I can't think of a lot of times where he's let the team down, And I realized and I thought about this, sometimes we are maybe as the supporters, all of us, me and you included, blinded by our love for the favorite Zarona. There are some players that in our eyes they will never do wrong, and others we will complain about, And yeah, but I guess it's that's the nature of by football supporter, man. We're not always objective, and yeah. How do we beat this team? I think we beat this team by squeezing them high up. They tried playing out, and then we got a penalty in the first 2 minutes of the game, So maybe squeeze them high in their own half, suffocate them, and then win the ball in that first third, which is our final third. Because if we win it up high, we're closer to goal, and it's easy it's much quicker to get into their 18. And then another thing, the set piece, we hit the upright and the crossbar in the first half. They seem not to be able to know how to handle it into the what you call this, the set piece, because I think Lyle almost scored from a corner to goal, and then there was that one flick on Antoya Pavel Safran, yeah. And I think, Rapela, we beat this team by playing our best 11, or the 11 that's going to play the cup final. I know this is not a preview, the cup final, but this game is the last game before cup final. And I think it would be risky to go into a cup final, the player a competitive game. But with that said, maybe you tell these guys, okay, guys, we're going to give you 60 minutes, finish off this game, kill off this game, and maybe get 3 goals in the first half. After 60 minutes, you make subs. I think it's still 5 subs, so you make 5 subs. The guys banenze baldi injuring, maybe Kibona were keeping, but the ones who have been playing Kibona Obantang, like maybe Yoshika and maybe Boshalulile, AJ, or when bring on other guys. Because believe you me, I wanna this if we were to make wholesale changes, we can beat this team with any lineup that we start with. But I'm thinking ahead now. We're playing a cup final, and if we rest the team or a majority of the players that are going to start the cup final, 30, that would mean it's close to 10 days basadlala into a competitive football, and we're going to play a very good team. They might not have had the best of start to the season, but they have a really quality side in Cape Town City. So I think that's really important. I know this, we're previewing the game at Champions League, but I'm just thinking again, no man, there's another game coming ahead. I don't know how you feel about that and what I've said about beating them.
About beating them, first leg, Lasa brace. I think they gave us a lot of time on the ball. Mo Salabusa and Konyang Maratala had center back.
Yeah.
They had a lot of time on the ball. So when team lona as a press, that means midfielder bona and that there's a huge space between our center back and the nearest opponent. So I'm expecting Musa Onyango to progress with the ball and find those passing lanes because of we have an advantage of about press. That means we will always have the ball at the back. So we have to progress with the ball and find the.
Why was I just straight to Musa must play like Joel Matip?
I guess the example like Liverpool or company. I don't know. So and happy what I think they couldn't deal with our short passes and also our movement in the middle field and in the final third. I think we had a couple of short passes where we cycled the ball and created chances from circulating the ball and from those short passes. And also in the final third, we had some good movement. If you can look at the goal that she scored, the second goal, that was a very good combination from him and Villa. So you should do that more often because of obviously we have good players who can manage to keep possession and who can manage to get something out of a team that has that pegged the middle field or that pegged the defense. So I think if we continue doing what we did against them in the first leg, which is progressing with the ball, having a lot of movement, and also playing those key shot passes, we stand a chance of winning the game with a high score line.
Yeah.
Coming to Tabayanto.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. The starting lineup. Look, I think this game is not over, Tabis. Now I'll start the regular guys. Get as many goals as you can first half and make changes. Because if you start the guys passing regular, what if that team scores first and they defend the whole remaining minutes? Because of we already know if Bakorapel we might have problems. We might have and Mona how to leaking. Okay, we can afford to win. We can afford to lose and win the remaining games. But Mona, if you lose, you are out. So because of on another season preview, the good season for us will be going to OR Tambo and welcoming the boys with a CAF Champions. That's the CAF Champions League winners. Babang bo it's CAF Champions League or nothing. So we shouldn't risk it. Come not winning game, you know.
And like you always say, the game is a Champions League. Or when you're playing at home and they score first and it gets to the 60th minute, also lead, the game is over because after that because they're gonna waste time and do everything. It'll momentum.
And as much as we are a more superior team than them, but we shouldn't write them off because of they get a goal from set piece or they get a lucky goal in Jello like
their first goal, yes.
First goal. They get a similar goal. But defenders
yeah, man. Yeah, let's move to the lineups, Raps. My lineup is based on what I said earlier on in terms of the Nedbank of the MTN 8 final. Or I'm thinking or the coaches will have that in mind and try and prepare the team Kayona game here. And I think in the final, we are going to play a midfield three because of how Cape Town City play, because of who they play in the middle. Yes, I feel like I've spoken a lot about Cape Town City, man. But yeah.
This clip I pasted for the Cape Town City. I shoot the review for Cape Town City.
But yeah, man, I think in goal it will be Mr. Clean Sheets himself, a guy who can easily start for Manchester United because he's the one goalkeeper who always keeps clean sheets, you know. And then the two center backs, I'd have Deruk Lilibusa. I think Deruk is fit. I don't think Deruk injury is serious or anything like that. I think Mutaka ben out grant. And then I'd have Mudau, who I think played very well in the game, and Toya Golden Arrows. I think he did well. I'll bring back Lyle. And then because I said a midfield three, I'll have Riva more 16, and then AJ Le Hashim more 8 bali 2, and then I'll have front three Kutu Shika Lento le Shalulil.
And I'm not one tough for your tested because of the guys who did well and the other guys who still waiting for their chance to play. So the back four will go eternally how, and I'd have Dennis, yes, a goalkeeper. Midfield, I think I would have AJ and Hashim. I'll keep AJ and Hashim, and front four I'll have Kutumela, Shalulile. I'd start Serino and Villa.
Zwane, how must start?
No. As much as I know Zwane, coach Champions League is a total different player, and Themba Zwane, what have Champions League is similar to Cristiano Ronaldo UEFA Champions League, but I would rest him.
You said we must take this game serious. We said do rest Kanyata. Now you're talking the best player, the best Champions League player.
Usually it sounds like I'm contradicting myself.
You are.
Yes. Serino ha phumule mshisha again. For Sundowns so tough.
I bullied you the same way I want us to bully that team on Sunday. And now when it comes to Sundowns, I get emotional.
I'll remind you of a game where we played Mpumalanga Black Aces Bombela 2014 or 2014-15 season. We played Bombela, we played Mpumalanga. We drew 1-1. It was a league game. After the game, Jacob Sakala said this was a warning to Mamelodi Sundowns. The real test it is coming in the weekend. So that weekend we were playing them in the Nedbank Cup semi-final, and we won 2-0. So after the game, I got over. Instead of with that thing, I just say the real test it is going to come weekend. Or blame a defensive player for a defensive error. So Lemona can never met you. I'm never making a lesson. Go back after give me an interview team. It is not man to next.
Hey, Masanda, that's a rep, man. That's the latest installment of the Yellow Corner done for a game against Maniema Union on Sunday. And yeah, all the best to the team. Hopefully we progress and make light work of that team. We will see you guys next week, Thursday, I think, to preview our game against our cup final match against Cape Town City. Until we meet that game, cheers.
The defensive they are still against Maniema.
I get it. What's our Twitter account there alone? And I get it.
All right, sharp.
Sharp.